on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut and she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday.
Yo, welcome to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute. What's today's date?
It is the 3rd.
July 3rd.
It's the 3rd. Tomorrow is what?
July 4th.
A vacation from work, baby.
Man,
That's
I'm
what I'm
feeling
talking about.
good, cuz.
For those who have jobs.
I ain't
Yeah,
asked
you
you
don't
because
work.
of the humidity.
Yeah, it was like, what, 200 degrees
It
today?
was 110. 10.
To 100,
No, the actual degree is like 98 degrees, but the heat index was like 110.
Wow.
So I didn't have to put on no lotion, so I'm looking extra moisturized right now.
Tell you, you're not as Black Monkey looking.
Yeah.
Let me start. That's how
What is
Roseanne
that
lost her
supposed to
job.
mean?
You trying to be Roseanne up in here.
Yeah,
I
know,
can't lose
right?
my job. I need my money. I need my coins. I'd be crying if I was her.
Yeah.
Yo, and today, so I played the number today and I won.
What you want?
50 Cent.
That doesn't count. Basically,
I can quit my job.
Basically, he got one number on the card. He paid. You didn't even pay for the doggone number. That's the sad part.
I quit my job today, yo. We are live on Facebook.
You'll
today.
be back Thursday.
You
No,
quit
I
your job?
Yeah, 50 Cent. That's lasts me forever, yo. I'm good.
Oh, man, this ain't
I'm sure.
1910, man.
Even 50 Cent back then wouldn't have made it.
Bruh,
Hell no.
I heard a sad story years ago, man. An old lady she was my grandmother's friend. She gave the reason why she don't trust banks. And she was she's like,
oh, excuse me.
this motherfucker right here.
What was you saying? Go ahead.
She said she put 50 cent in the bank every month.
Ooh, that's
But back then, like in the 1920s, that was the
And
big
by
thing.
the time she had it, she had $20.
Nah, they stole it.
oh Lord.
They stole it,
After
man.
grandma
The
put
bank?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Wow. What you do this weekend?
I've been gone for a minute.
I
But,
know. We haven't seen you on the show in 3-4 weeks.
I actually, on some condolences stuff, I get, we buried a relative of mine about a week or so ago. She passed away, stage 4 breast cancer.
Oh no,
Wow.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah. So, God bless Sherry Jefferson. She was one of my favorite cousins.
Oh,
Yeah. So.
what a way to break. I'm glad I wasn't drinking. I'd be in here crying. I wish.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That brought that down. Well,
Trust me, she's
I can't even say it, Joe.
she's tipping glass, and this was a special cousin on some non-country shit. Her daddy was my mama's oldest brother, and her mama was my dad's oldest sister. And they were married they're like 25 years
Oh yeah,
old.
she was your daddy's.
Her mom was my dad's oldest sister.
Her mom was your dad's older sister,
And
then
her
dad
father was my mother's oldest brother.
Oh, okay.
So we were double cousins. In a sense, we were genetically brothers and sisters.
Okay.
So they used to always fuck with us growing up. They'd be like, yo, y'all are our livers, and y'all are extra livers and kidneys and shit. So
You sure you ain't
Wow.
from West Virginia?
Right. Process.
Nah. I already looked into that and shit. But plus, they were like married a full.
So
They were married. My parents' older siblings. My parents are the youngest of their brood. Like literally, their oldest brother. My mom's oldest brother is like 30 years older than her.
So, question for you guys. Now, and y'all ever had like a little small crush on your cousin, your cute cousin?
Nah, I've never had a small crush on
You
my
never had a
cousin.
small crush on your cute cousin?
No, I've never had a crush on my cousin.
I got some fine cousins. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you from Charleston County, South Carolina, Barnwell
You can marry
County,
your cousin there.
Barnwell County, South Carolina, Aiken County, South Carolina, I am not fucking you.
Because you might
This
be
is
your
just
cousin.
facts.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
keeping it 100. I'm just not. The gene pool is too damn small, and I don't care how good looking you are.
I wouldn't say I want to sleep with my cousin. I just
Yeah.
think like my cousin Bobette. Ooh, if she
Yeah,
was my
and
cousin,
see the thing is,
oh, she probably listened.
give me one of them. If
She knew that all the time.
And I ask people.
She's like
it's-
20 years older than me.
That's
She was
a
like
damn shame.
my kid crush.
That's a damn shame.
Come on, you
dog.
can't tell me none of you looked at your cousin. But, ooh, she's cute.
Nah, you a perv, man, and you
It's
sick.
your cousin. It's not your
sick,
sister.
man. You sick, bro.
Whatever. Y'all so mean. Dave,
Yeah.
you don't have no kissing cousins in your family? Y'all look like the Proctor type.
Not no kissing cousins.
No
but
kissing cousins?
Nah.
I have an aunt.
Hold on. What state?
I
what?
have some.
say?
I have some double cousins, but
Double cousin.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
the one.
I'm
I
a
seen you
double
talking with
cousin.
your cousin with the water jug head? Because I always thought his parents were sister
But you
and
also
brother.
got to look at it like this. In small towns or small areas where you don't have that, the population isn't that big, you're gonna have double cousins. Cause like let's say for instance, you and your brother are twins. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are what? Y'all are fraternal twins, right?
No, we came out of the same egg.
Yeah, y'all are fraternal twins. Arnold would argue that he's better looking. So
Yeah, he would argue.
my point being, what if y'all had met the same? What if y'all had met a group of twins that you're not kin to, but they equally fine? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What's your point?
My point is this. Y'all are
You
not.
said we married twins?
Y'all married a set of twins.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all married a set of sisters. You married one sister, he marries one sister. Y'all are not necessarily blood kin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because my mother is married to, my mother's cousin is married to my stepdad's brother. So it's the same thing. Right? I guess. I don't know. All this
Something-
kissing
pretty
cousin
much so.
crap.
Yeah.
All this kissing cousin crap.
Nah, they
In
ain't.
a way.
I ain't kissing my cousin though.
I don't know, because Bobette. I'm just joking. I hope cousin Bobette ain't listening. But anyway,
she's
I know
listening.
my
shout
mama
out,
listens.
shout out to Mama T. Yesterday was
Happy
her
birthday. That's my
Happy
mama. She
birthday.
be calling that. Oh, she might be listening. Heard me talk about her cousin. Anyway, we got a hot show. Pastor's late, yo. What's going with Pastor? He must have had
You
communion.
just gonna call him out like
He
that?
must
huh?
have had communion or
He had to
something
go
like
lay
that.
hands on
he
someone.
laid hands on
Yeah,
somebody
he
praying.
had no
Ain't nothing
clue.
wrong with that. A little prayer ain't wrong. But we got some hot topics coming up. We got a lot of things that went on.
I'm telling you right now, Bo. Let's get the show started.
Get it started, and the show goes completely downhill from this point because we're going to be completely wasted because nobody has to work tomorrow or get up in the morning.
Shit.
Nobody have to work, so we can take shots all night. We
I'm
just drinking
into the crack.
straight shot drinks. Give us a call at 202-656-1
One
bar.
bar.
Salute.
Salute. Yo.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You tune into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute. Of course, I say every segment is my favorite segment, but this is my absolute favorite segment of the show. We introduce our drink of the day. Anybody gonna stop me? Anyway, today we just being simple. We just being some real hood dudes. You know what I'm saying? We just drinking
Speak
straight.
for yourself, sir.
We just drinking Hennessy straight. Not even
No.
on the rocks.
No,
Hennessy,
this is not Hennessy.
honey.
This is Jack Daniels.
Oh, Jack Daniels.
This man saying
Oh, I saw Tennessee. I saw it's so Tennessee. I didn't pour
This-
it, so
It's Jack Honey.
Jack Honey.
And see, this is an old school night, so we just keeping it old school and trill right now. So let's chop up
You know
quick.
how when you go to your family reunion the night before,
That's
you
right.
actually have a family reunion, the family get there, your old uncles got drunk together.
Hold on,
Right.
drunkle. I picked up a new term down in South Carolina, and they was talking about my Uncle Charles who passed away last year. They said he even though he did his motherfucking thing while he was alive, they called him the drunkle.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
drunkle. So
See,
who
and that's when you,
here?
That's when you become a kissing cousin. Y'all
Who
hear
here?
the
No, you don't become. Who here has a drunkle?
Oh,
I had
well,
plenty.
I had four of them, but they all deceased. Actually, 5 of them, but they all deceased now.
I had plenty of drunk ends too. You know, drunk ends, that's cousins. Drunk
Well,
cousins.
everybody has them.
Druggins.
Drunk ends.
Well, actually, it's funny because I had one cousin who was hooked on some hillbilly crack, and
What is first
Hillbilly.
of all, what's hillbilly crack?
meth.
Okay.
And I bombed his ass out too when I saw him. I'm like, man, black, no disrespect, Jacob, black people don't get hooked on meth, bro. I said the fact of the matter is you a new age crackhead in 2017. I don't feel sorry for you. If you using crack in 2017, shame the fuck on you. There are other beautiful drugs out there that you can use.
Well, like
And I don't
Like
do those-
Percocets.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't Percocet. You can do some other shit. Like I watched an episode on Discovery Channel. It pains me to mention that this is my African people. There's a drug in Africa where they shit in a bag, let the shit sit in the sun and ferment, and
why
they
we
huff
have to
the
talk
shit.
about shit?
That is
You
some
heard of it? You
bullshit.
tried it?
That is some bullshit. What? No, please don't. I mean, but essentially, they say shrooms. Essentially, is the
That's what.
same
Isn't that the same thing?
Shrooms grow from a pile of horse and pig shit. What does that tell you?
Wow,
Jacob, you never told us that. Shit.
that is a mess. Yo,
Just kidding.
PDO just walked in the building. What up, PDO?
What's good?
Hello. He done called you out twice since
I did
you
not,
did.
Pastor.
He said,
Yeah.
"Oh, since Pastor is late."
I did not say that.
Hey,
Your
he-
fans,
hey.
you should saw the Facebook Live was going crazy. Where's the pastor? Where's the
Yeah,
pastor?
you
They
have
were
a
missing
fan
you.
base that's strong. bro.
They
Don't
were
believe
missing
the
you.
hype.
You know, I'm just.
Oh, they just hyped me.
Yeah.
Just happy. We happy you made it.
I should
Anyway,
leave y'all for a second.
So let's
and
talk.
y'all want to go into some hot topics? How about that?
Yes.
So
hot topic.
I know we're a little tipsy, but we gotta recognize a lot of people are killing themselves now. That's so sad.
dog.
Tina Turner's son, Ike Jr., committed suicide today. Did y'all hear about that?
I did not.
It
hear
was.
that.
It's not Ike Jr. Is it?
It's Ike
Yeah.
Jr.
It was the oldest one, right?
That's Ike Jr.
She got
He's the
4
oldest
kids.
one.
She got 4 kids.
I mean, even if it's not Ike Jr., we still gonna call him Ike Jr.
Ike Jr. But why are people killing themselves? I mean, come on.
you know what?
this is so sad.
I gotta wonder. Is it the son?
His name is Craig Turner.
Yeah, okay,
Craig
that's not the son
But
because
Lil
she
Craig,
got
Lil
she
Craig
got
killed herself. He done jumped off the cliff.
She got
That's so
that's sad. Because she got a son, Ronnie. I swear he got an Oedipus complex. Because if you look at Ronnie and you look at his old lady, you know how Tina looked like back in the day.
Tina was fine. She
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
Beyonce.
Ronnie's wife, Ronnie married a French black lady who looked just like Tina. And I first saw it, I say that's some Oedipus complex, Oedipus Rex complex.
Oh, that means that
You're attracted to your mother. Yeah.
So you can be attracted to your mother, but I can't say I have a cute cousin.
That's basically her right there.
Y'all talked about
Oh,
that.
she do like her mother, huh?
You talked about that.
What? Kissing your cousin?
Kissing cousins,
Yeah, kissing
basically.
cousins, yeah.
Ron said
I
he was
said I have-
attracted to quite
I
a few of his
I
cousins.
I said I have a few beautiful cousins that, if they weren't my cousins, I'll be like, okay.
Right? I
So
get that.
The whole,
I mean, that happens all the time.
All my Mayhew.
No, it does not. I'm from the deep south. That does not.
Yes, it does.
It happens.
I'm not. That doesn't happen with
for
the
you. Say you, yeah. Because the
for
country,
me.
it's a whole lot of family on family, baby.
No, you're right.
I
it
think
doesn't happen with me.
But I
though.
do think it's sick that if you sleep with them, you can say that they're attractive, right?
Yeah. But I mean, I'm more afraid of the whole mom thing. I mean,
Oedipus Rex. If you look at,
see, I think the problem is that they shouldn't put a title on everything. You know what I'm saying? If a boy has a thought about his mother is one thing.
Yeah, that's sick.
See, if he's really attracted to his mother, like even after conversations with a therapist and all that, so
that's sick.
Yeah, it's something I think kind of wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people also are.
Meaning, it doesn't have to be necessarily in the individual. It could be in the relationship. Like, how is the mother carrying herself? You'd be surprised at how some parents.
No, I'm not.
act, you know
I'm
what
not.
saying?
I'm not
loving.
So-
and kissing
I'm not.
all
I'm
over
not.
your sons and things of that
I'm not
nature.
attracted. Obviously, I'm not attracted to my mother.
Right.
But I am attracted to. No, hold on. I read somewhere years ago that men tend to be attracted to
somebody like their
aspects of their mother, like
makes
women
sense.
who have characteristics of their mother. And
But
I read that years ago, and when I think about like my relationships in the past, and just even the ones that didn't work out, there was something about them that I subconsciously, saw that was similar to my mom's that I thought was like awesome.
That's what I was going to say. That I think attraction is probably the wrong word. That we use it,
Yeah.
but attraction is probably wrong because most men probably do gravitate towards
Somebody
characteristics like
like
your
their
mom
mom.
because you trust your mother.
Right.
Your mother's always
Exactly.
was good to you, so when you see those characteristics again, you're gonna like trust it naturally.
Right.
You feel more comfortable with it, but attraction probably is the wrong
I
word.
wouldn't say attraction. But you do want, just like some women
Gravitate is
some
probably
women
better.
might want their husband, somebody like their father, somebody that takes care of,
You
handy.
gravitate towards that, right?
Yeah, somebody look. So I see what you're saying. Even though that's good for your segment, but that wasn't in hot topics. But thanks for bringing it back.
But get back to Tina's son,
Right.
Craig. He was 59 years old. He was not Ike's child.
Wasn't Ike's child?
No, he was
59. Yeah,
He was,
He was.
Tina had a second baby daddy.
Tina had
I
him
didn't know
at
she had more
18,
kids.
and
early on, right?
yeah, and his father is Raymond Hill, who's a saxophonist.
See, Tina,
she
according to
had
the
a baby, she had a baby before she met Ike.
Yeah.
According
And
to
Ike
say that in the
adopted
movie.
him
They did.
They didn't
according
say that in the movie.
Right.
according to
because
the
that wouldn't
bio,
have made good sense in the movie.
according to the bio,
wanted to
she
make
had
about
one.
Ike.
They made. Oh, go ahead.
She had one child by Ike, but she adopted two Ike's younger
Well,
children.
that's all in the movie. You see that
Yeah,
Ike
yeah,
Jr.
yeah,
ain't her child. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
So did they give any info as to why maybe he couldn't? Did he leave a note? Was he under drugs? Anything like that?
I mean,
no. They
How,
didn't
did
say-
they say how he
It
killed
doesn't
himself?
say anything.
They don't
It
even
just
show
say
it.
gunshot
But
wound.
look,
Oh.
this how bad it was. They don't even show the
Self-inflicted
picture.
gunshot wound.
They show a picture of Tina Turner. It's and they say his name. I'm like, come on, give the man a little respect. Ain't
Hey.
no picture of him.
Exactly.
the thing is,
But-
I remember
It was sad.
when Ike died.
I don't remember. Ike.
Ronnie Turner, Tina Turner, and Ike Turner's only son. Pretty much, he came out and he said, because a lot of people don't know this. Let's take away like the bad part of Ike, for what he did. Ike was probably was one of the pioneers of early rock and roll. He was
everybody
that
know
thorough.
that.
A lot of people don't know that he was that thorough of a musician,
Yeah.
and
Producer maybe.
no musician overall.
He
Ike
played
was
the
a
guitar.
monster. Ike was.
I
think
never
Ike-
knew that, but he
known-
played.
Yeah,
his-
Ike
only
was-
thing he played was a guitar.
Ike was
because-
a monster, dude.
Because the rock and roll was kind of before Ike's time. You know what I'm saying?
It was before.
I know you
not
love me, baby,
Not necessarily.
but you never tell me
but
so.
A lot of his early music was like Ike.
Yeah.
Ike's style was
the
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 big.
black guy on the guitar.
Chuck Berry.
Chuck
Chuck
Berry.
Berry.
Chuck Berry was the original.
But that's what I'm saying. Ike came out around the same time, but because of Ike
no,
and
no.
how. No, after. But
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah,
is
okay.
because of how Ike lived his life and who he was.
He didn't get credit for his.
He
his
didn't get
skills.
credit for a lot of
I'm with
stuff. Now, if Ike had maintained himself and not acted as stupid as he did,
Yeah.
But now that because you just told me the story that Craig wasn't Ike's child. Tina had a baby before. she met
Ike.
The movie made her seem so innocent until Ike. You know, just like the media was trying to say Bobby was making Whitney do the
And
thing.
ruin Whitney,
And so
exactly.
How we know that Ike was bad? He was hitting
But
her
that's the
upside
thing
the
about
head.
it. Like Ike
Now
was.
I'm thinking
he-
that
I'm not gonna-
He whooped that trick.
No, same thing.
Ike
But
was
look,
a
how
no.
we know that she didn't deserve it
And I'm
now?
explaining to you.
I'm just playing.
Ike was.
I'm
here's the thing.
playing.
Ike was a known pimp. Ike was a known pimp.
I've never
and
heard
I'm
that.
not calling Tina, anything
no,
other than what
we
she
didn't hear that
Ike
part.
was,
I've never
Ike
heard
was
that.
a known
I
pimp.
saw the hair
You
and
just said
the
he was
platform
You
shoes.
just said he was a genius rock and roll
No,
musician. You said,
he
Make your
was.
mind
He's a
up.
pimp.
He
too.
was. He was a pimp.
He was a pimp par
but he
excellence.
was also a prodigy in terms of rock. Early
Okay.
morning rock. He
No,
was a
all right.
beast.
So real
But
quick,
even
so-
Tina, even though all that Ike put Tina through, when he died, she really gave him accolades and.
So we don't lose the
Oh,
hot topics
which
though.
was surprising. And the thing is, a lot of people like, why are you giving him accolades? Because he did
see,
this.
hold on.
And
But they perverted Ike down. They made him look
That's what I'm
bad.
saying. We
They
just
made
even
Joe
talk-
Jackson look bad.
Oh, I was gonna come to Joe Jackson. Was next.
Thank you.
Joe
They
Jackson
made Bobby look
Joe
bad.
Joe Jackson was next in our hot topic. But anyway, because we didn't talk about last week because he died between our show.
But I was just want to say about her son that he must have really wanted to go. You really want to go away when you can
you
pull the
shoot
trigger.
yourself.
Yeah, you really.
Because I would be too scared to like.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'd rather just jump or get in front of a train or something.
Or drown.
Well, if you pulling the trigger, if you can pull the trigger on somebody else, it's probably just as easy to pull the trigger on yourself.
No, I don't know.
no,
I'm just saying, if you get tore up enough,
I'm a germaphobe. I don't want all that
Maybe.
blood all over me. Like I care, right?
how you gonna care? You don't care about your life. that
Anyway,
much.
salute moment goes to Ike's son. Oh, is it
Craig
Tina's son?
Turner.
Craig Turner. How do you get turned? Oh, because Ike adopted. We already went to that. Anyway, I don't want to keep it going. I'm sorry, but anyway, shout out to them. Salute. Of
Hold
course,
up.
we
he
brought up-
wanted his daddy name back, but he ain't take it back from the kids.
Right. So since we talking about, of course, everybody know that Mr. Jackson died. Joe Jackson died.
man.
And then a lot
out
of
to
people
Papa
they
Joe.
get up. Everybody, cause again, like I said, these movies, just like we said, what's love got to do with it? You never knew that Tina was a hoe before she met Ike. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And all that. And, well, I'm just saying.
It's sad, but
and then,
true.
And just like in the movies make, how do we know that Joe Jackson was as bad as they making him out to be?
I mean, Joe
'Cause
Jackson.
Ever since he died, I've heard nothing but great stuff
Nah.
about
So
him.
you know
Oh,
what?
Joe Jackson
No,
was an
you
old
didn't-
school. Hold
The
on.
memes
Joe
have been
Jackson
bad,
was
though.
an old school black man who whooped his kids. When you really think about it,
My
you
mama
read this
whipped
shit.
me, but
my
I
mama
wouldn't call
whooped
her.
me.
I wouldn't call her abusive. You know what I'm saying?
But then again, you also got to look at it like this, and I'm people just got to call it out. Mike wasn't dealing with a full deck of cards.
Oh, you ain't gonna do that. You
No,
ain't
No,
gonna do that.
I'm doing that.
You ain't
That-
gonna
Mike-
do
but
that.
you can't say
can't do
none of that
that.
was
Mike
on Joe.
was
That's like-
not
you can't,
dealing.
but you can't say that was
with
on the
the
parents
full-
too.
But
though.
that mean that's
Mike
the way
was
they raised
not
them.
dealing with a full deck
was
of
on his-
cards.
that was on his
any
parents.
man who goes and gets surgery to change his skin from one
Nah.
complexion to another, and
No, no,
then
no,
No,
gets
let
a
me tell
plastic.
you. But that's
Not
why.
true.
Why do you think he
That
did
shit
that?
is not
He
did
did
it like
that.
him.
He did that. And the sad thing is they didn't have Facebook and Instagram and all that Twitter and all that stuff to say mean stuff. So this stuff was going directly in his head from his brothers and all these people. Now
Yeah,
imagine
but-
if it was in this time age, his self-esteem would have been terrible.
Well, I don't think it was that.
Exactly.
Louis Farrakhan made some great points about Michael Jackson. He said he knew Michael Jackson and that Michael was not crazy at all.
You can
He
tell
wasn't a
he wasn't.
pedophile or anything. And I
don't think it was a pedophile.
The point that he made though was, which I think is the truth, and that is, when you got so much money and so much leverage like fame, like that,
I agree.
you do stuff that other folk would not fathom to do.
Right.
because
I
they
do.
can't dream that big.
They can't even imagine doing certain things. The way you living, the kind of credit you get over in Britain and other places. You know what I'm saying? When you show up to a place and 30,000 people show up just to see you at your hotel.
At the hotel, at the
Budapest,
airport.
you know what I'm saying? And when you like that, man, you a different kind
People
of a person.
crying when
I'm
they
not-
see you.
I'm not-
Oh
and
my
I'm not-
God.
Yeah, it's different, man.
I'm not
Would you
disagreeing.
like that?
And-
Would you
and-
like that? Would
I'm
you
not
like
dis-
that? To walk somewhere and have people just fall
I probably
at your
would.
feet?
Only for the financial side of it.
I'm,
Yeah, because
I'm not disagreeing with you. Those people, just celebrities in general,
so they gonna do
live in
things
different worlds. They live in different worlds.
like even I heard Sammy Sosa, not Sammy Sosa, is it
Yeah,
Sammy
Sammy
Sosa
Sosa.
that bleached
Yeah.
himself?
Yeah.
How he was in another, or I guess
Sammy
in his
Sosa-
home country maybe saying that he didn't care what folks said about him, and that was because that money. When you get that kind of money, and guess what, money make you look good.
Well, here's the
no
thing
matter
about Sammy
how bad
Sosa.
you look.
It's a different situation with Sammy because culturally, in Latin
because he
America,
bleached his skin?
yeah,
Like,
in
what
Latin
the- okay.
America, darker skinned Latinos, black Latinos, particularly are encouraged to bleach their skin, whereas in America,
But do you see what
we
he
do
did,
it
though?
on a
He
sub
looks
level.
dead.
But do you see what he did?
But in
He look
Latin
like he
America,
been
that's
sitting
like
in some
in Latin America,
old
that's
paint water.
and I
He
agree.
looked like a ghost.
Like a year.
But that's our perception. But when you go to the DR,
They love it.
That's an okay thing because that's what you're expected to do.
Well, that's what I mean. Well,
now,
that's what I mean.
now,
Another
obviously,
world.
obviously
well,
the
but-
Dominicans
but-
that come to the United States, when they get indoctrinated into the American culture and self pride and stuff, when they start looking at like the American culture, they're like they don't have that perception. But when you're down there in Latin America, they think differently. So like you gotta understand, in Latin America, black is like the lowest class. That's how it was for a long time. Now, obviously, with television and the media, they come to realize even down there that being dark skinned black is not a problem.
Well, I see you connect that to Michael Jackson, but Michael always said that he didn't bleach his skin; he got vitiligo.
That motherfucker ain't got vitiligo.
I believe it.
Because they think about how many Jacksons. God damn it!
It's all right. Watch the computer.
How many Jackson kids was it? No, it was more than that.
it's 8.
It was
8 or 9.
So my point is, with vitiligo, it would have showed up in more than
It
one.
showed up
relative.
in the one that Latoya.
Man, Latoya was already
Latoya
retarded. Man.
Like they call her a ghost. Anyway,
Dude, you over here messing up like that, dude.
I know he messed up my shirt, even though it was dirty already.
It was
It's
already
fine.
dirty. First of all, you had a shit stain on the chest.
Shout out to Joe Jackson though,
Yeah,
man.
man, it's sad. I salute
They
Joe.
was killing them on the memes.
The
The
memes
day
have
he
been
died.
really bad. Like they got one where they was talking on one of the morning shows. They had Michael Jackson call in. He said, "Hey, your dad is on his way up there." What? Oh, shit. I thought I was dumb. I was like, "Oh my god."
Hey, this is the thing, you know.
I don't
but-
want to see Joe.
Let me tell you what Joe Jackson and what Ike and them all get. They get what people do all the time. That's called revisionist history, right?
Yeah.
And I like to call it the grandmother syndrome, right? Mm-hmm. Like most folks don't know that their grandmother was a hoe, but she was. But you only know her as sweet grandma, right?
I mean, if
we
your
know
grandma,
this.
if
We
your
know your
grandma,
grandma
My
was
grandma
sucking
was
some
not a hoe.
if your
she had
grandma's
one
on,
child.
if your grandma's on Love and Hip Hop, you know. Oh, hold on. My grandma,
the
ain't
grandma
on,
syndrome.
my grandma
Everybody
only
look at their
had
grandmother
sex
like,
with one.
oh, you could kiss your grandma, you could drink after your grandma. Everything is safe, right? But you just don't know the story.
My grandma,
They used to call her Trap Joe.
Hold on. It used to be a joke when I was in the military. My girl only had sex with one man. Yeah, the whole entire first cab.
But I know my grandma only been with my grandfather all
Yeah,
her life.
believe
She
that.
died only with one man. He died 40 years before she died.
So you gonna sit up there and lie because
Grandma is a saint. You ain't gonna do that.
See,
You ain't gonna do that.
That's the grandmother syndrome, right?
Okay, your mother has how many siblings?
We ain't talk. My mother has
See
one
how,
child.
see how people try to
Actually,
change.
my mother,
No, siblings.
we're not. My mother has that raised her. My mother was adopted. Is my grandmother. She has one. She's only had my mother.
Only
My
had
mother
your
was
mother.
a single child, a single parent by her adopted mother. So anyway,
And listen,
that makes
either
sense.
way,
And when that woman was a saint.
you're revisioning the history because you're restructuring the history because you don't know the story.
They say grandma used to cuss like a cellar though, right? But when I knew her, she never cursed. She never
Hey,
wore pants.
absolutely.
or
My
anything.
grandmother-
she was a
You
class.
should have saw what she was doing in the
My
back
grandma,
seat.
Oh, you ain't gonna talk about grandma.
my grandmother, God bless her soul, Ma Bertha Jefferson, was a gun-toting,
See?
shit-talking individual.
See, you know
who
the
did
truth. See, you know the
not-
truth.
I know the truth.
I heard about my grandmother. My grandmother was 5 feet tall,
and probably had the heaviest hands in the house.
but Mama was a Rolling Stone.
My
Yeah,
great
she
grandmother.
was.
My great grandmother. She used to chew tobacco like
See,
nothing.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. People don't.
Where
get
your
some-
Some
grandmother-
red man. She had a spit
Spitting
can.
right there?
Yeah, it was just. Oh,
Where's your
And-
grandma-
and
where's
you
your
wasn't gonna
grandmother
stop
at?
her.
South Carolina.
That's who you talking about,
I'm
South
just
Carolina.
saying.
And she
Grandma-
probably had some money too.
Grandmas,
Yeah.
they always knew how to keep some money.
They
boy.
have some money, boy.
right in that
You
little
know, my
box.
grandmother, God bless her soul, had the same bucket of vanilla ice cream in the fridge
The
forever.
Napoleon.
Yeah, she'd be like, "You want some ice cream, Grandma? I don't want no ice cream, Grandma. That junk mad old."
Well,
Yeah, shout out to
I don't know how we
shout
got
out to
to
my
grandma.
grandmother. She
Oh.
just turned 90 on Sunday.
Yeah, man.
I'm
Shout
sure
out
she
to her.
was.
Grandfather
Show.
turned 96
Man, that's pretty cool, Joe.
June 16th.
When the last time you seen them?
We're not gonna talk about that. I seen them in March.
Okay, yeah. You need to. I was like, man, I would love to talk to some grandparents that age, man. They in their right mind and all that.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're still in right mind. They're still able to
90.
take care of themselves.
That's sweet.
You know?
You said that your grandma, they still driving and all that good
Nah,
stuff.
they don't drive.
They had
Anyway.
to stop that.
Nah, they live in New York. They definitely not driving in New York.
Last on Hot Topics, your girl Nicki Minaj is known to be dating somebody new now. Everybody hear about that?
Who?
No, who?
Future. Can y'all believe
Future?
that? Can you see her and Future together?
I think I
Didn't she
heard
just leave
that.
Nas?
I thought, yeah.
She was with Nas. She was with me. Now Future.
I think Meek.
Did she really see the future or what?
Hey,
That is so corny.
I gotta ask this though, man.
you know what? I think she be looking. She went to Nas. See, she left Meek and went extreme to Nas, trying to go to a real bad boy, real tough boy. Nas, you know, Keelis said, is it Keelis?
Khalees.
I'm sorry, Khalees. She's like, Nas was whipping my ass,
I don't
basically.
believe that.
And then so
Sorry,
Nicki
let
got
me
with
not
him
say
and probably started seeing his temper when he was drinking, and she's like, well, let me go back the other side. So now she with you. I think she's looking for a guy to give her that image, that bad girl. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny.
She want a dude who got money like she do to take
got
care of
no
her. She got money.
She got Nas's money. She get $50,000 a month. That's money.
No. Who you talking about?
Khalees. Gets
We're
50.
talking about. I'm talking about.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, Nicki, yeah.
You talking about Khalees? Come
That's
on.
what I thought you. I don't know.
we left Khalees,
we
yeah.
left Khalees. Oh, but even though y'all said that before we go back, because you said something that was funny. Everybody is coming out about these husbands or boyfriends beating them up. Like Khalees come out this year.
About Nas, right?
R. Kelly's wife, Andrea, cried on
trying to
TV
say
after all these years that R. Kelly was knocking her out. I mean,
So
he
that's-
was
he was
all-
knocking her
all-
out, but peeing on other girls, huh?
all of a sudden, that's like, I don't make
like
sense.
all of a sudden that all these now I'm not saying that this didn't happen, but what is in the water this year that you want to acknowledge?
Yeah, like why
all these
y'all hold
beatdowns.
this in,
Me
right?
too.
The Me Too moment. I got it. Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Man, they said
Bill
Bill
Cosby.
up,
I
yo.
like that. You said they Bill. Anyway, it's bringing out. But it's all these people coming out about all these whippings and stuff. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, Nicki Minaj and Future. You think it'll last?
No.
You don't think it'll last?
There's
Future,
no
Nicki-
future in this
Nah.
relationship.
I think Future is in that space, man, where like
He's trying to find somebody
his
better
range
than
of girls
Sierra.
are so fine. No, they're just so fine, man, that I just feel like he's
You
in
don't
that
think
place.
Sierra was the best he had?
I think he's at the moment where he can get tired of him and just go on into the next one.
Sierra was hot though.
Sierra was hot for the moment. He got
Sierra-
tired of her,
Sierra,
and he went on to the next.
Sierra.
No, Sierra got tired of him.
I think he's in that
No,
place
Sierra-
where, man,
let's keep it real.
the kind of
Sierra-
girls that he can
Sierra's
pull,
one
man.
of them with- Sierra thought she could change him.
It's
Let's
just
keep it
sick.
real.
Like-
she thought she
Because
put
you gotta
more-
remember, she was with 50 before
she
Future.
put- yeah,
She was with Bow Wow before then.
Yeah, she
I mean,
was working her way up.
she don't make good decisions.
Sierra-
I think she winning with Russell. Let's keep it
Yeah,
real.
she
Same-
hit the lottery.
Same thing that Nicki Minaj did. She was searching for guys to kind of like, establish her.
Keep her
you know what I'm
straight
saying?
credit.
And exactly,
street credit.
exactly,
I
right.
said straight credit. That
But
was
now
wrong.
that she got, I think Russell Wilson's overachieving with her. What you think?
But you also got to.
He's a football player. He got money.
No, he said over.
He not overachieving with her.
You think?
Nah.
Hold up. You think that?
saved her.
Hold up, PDO. You're on the show and you saying your opinion that Sierra is
A little out of his
out of his
A
league.
little bit, yeah.
This
Nah.
is the woman that only get 25
But
people to come to her concert.
That's not
And
true. That's not true.
Ain't nobody come.
Hold on. She's as
She can
good
dance.
as Beyonce.
Hold up.
She's
Rihanna-
as good as Beyonce.
Rihanna can't get nobody to come to her concert.
Hold on. Is Sierra not as good as Beyonce?
Yes,
Yes, she is.
Huh?
Finer than Beyonce too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
You people are
Musically-
retarded. If you think anything Sierra's on any level of Beyonce knows.
Musically, I don't think she's on her
Beyond.
level.
Hold on.
Not
Beyonce
music.
Carter.
I'm talking about dancing wise and beauty wise.
Not even dancing wise.
Look wise.
Sierra's a better a street
Yeah,
dancer.
exactly.
Okay, you gonna let me talk? Sierra's a better street dancer, but Beyonce is a performer. This woman put it on the show.
But
this woman,
that's what makes.
I give Beyonce a little.
That's
edge
what.
on her.
That's what makes her
Beyonce,
realer than
just like
Beyonce.
Tina Turner.
Looks. No, she might have in the looks
Oh,
category.
Yeah, she does have in looks.
Sierra.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
You know Beyonce eyes cock, right? You know that.
Beyonce looks 10 times better than there's nobody
her
better
eyes
than
caught,
Beyonce in
right?
this bitch.
Ron, you making this a little personal.
And
Yeah, you are taking this personal.
Cause it's nothing. Beyonce is.
I love B though.
This
The
is
open
it.
bar is
If-
not a
if
part of the
you-
beehive.
We are. We are the president.
Speak for yourself, buddy.
If you have Beyonce here, she is the top notch. Once you got Beyonce,
Soon
you
as she
done conquered
leaves,
the world.
she's not.
Beyonce is like the Michael Jordan of the R&B world. She's the most marketed person in music right now. Yeah.
Easily market. Anyway, shout out
Garbage
to Future
Sierra.
Future and Nicki Minaj. I hope they last.
Yeah.
I hope
Nah,
they
man,
last.
we need to find somebody for Nicki. Can we figure out who would be a
You,
good guy,
Pastor, you
for
be
Nicki?
good.
No.
Well, you
man.
also got to look at it like this. What type of
Well,
men? What type
she-
of men are?
Why
is
not?
Nicki into?
Megan Good found her pastor and fell in love.
No, Megan found a good match for herself. I'll give Megan that. I think they did good. You
They
know what I'm
do
saying?
good.
But who would work for Nicki though?
Who them lips?
Why
I
won't
bet.
you work for her?
Megan Good. Jesus.
You said work. Making good lips.
Why
Oh
won't
my
you
God.
work for her?
For Nicki?
Yeah.
She's too superficial. Like I don't like the
Maybe she'll change
that
for
your
you.
butt and your breasts is filled with stuff.
Maybe she'll do like K
Like-
Michelle. She'll get rid of all of that.
Oh man,
You know what? I don't like a woman that
I'm
just
scared about all of them.
like Nicki Minaj got to curse so much. Why do you have to cuss so much? I'm
She only
like,
cusses in her music,
Actually, you
right?
know what?
no, when she talking to Mike, like,
I've
what's
never
up? Like
heard
when
her-
she cussed that poor little Miley Cyrus out. She said, "What's up,
That
bitch?"
was
I
20
was
years
like-
ago, dog.
But live in front of people. Why can't she just be a
I mean,
lady?
come on.
Nicki,
No, I'm just kidding.
Nicki, I mean,
Nicki is a boss.
I-
And then I think she's trying too hard to come back now, but it's gonna happen for her.
No,
She
I mean,
gotta gradually do
she
it.
still got some weight. I mean, honestly, her album
we got
was
this lady
good.
in
I
the
did
room right
listen
here.
to her
We got
album.
this lady in the room. I want to ask y'all a question, but I'm not going to do it. No.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I can't.
It's the
because
radio. We need the ratings.
Go ahead.
we need the ratings.
Yeah,
No,
we need
no.
the ratings.
Now I just wondering, what do y'all think? You think Nicki's good in the bed or no?
Nah. I don't think so.
Why? Why?
I think she is.
You think
Because
she
I'm
might be good?
going to tell you right there. My
Think about the
experience-
original Nicki before she had all
good-looking
the
women,
surgery. Just
women
the little
that
cute,
women
little
who
cute
have,
young Nicki Minaj. She
women
might-
women who have one of those bodies, you know, they tend to be very terrible in bed. It's all for
Well,
show.
now that's what I'm saying. Think about the original Nicki before she did all that. The young, cute Nicki Minaj. You think she?
You know, I'm gonna go off of
I
what,
don't think she puts it down anymore because she feels like she doesn't have to.
I'm gonna go off of what my uncle said.
Probably
you
so.
know.
It's probably terrible.
Yeah.
Me probably
it's
was like, I'm
bad?
glad I'm over that.
Yes.
Did y'all think Lil' Kim was good in the bed?
No.
Did
Probably
you
so.
ain't see
Nah,
the? You ain't hear the
in the
video?
beginning-
You ain't hear the
in
song
the
Biggie's
beginning-
interlude when he was like, "You sandwich eating, you ham sandwich."
That was her saying.
I mean,
that
That's what I'm
about
saying.
the thing is, I'm gonna keep it 100, man. The shit that they were talking about in Biggie's song, that shit ain't even freaky to me, man. That shit's like normal sex. So it's like, what is freaky? sex?
I'm with you.
It's like normal sex.
Except for
man.
the point where I don't know if I'm gonna start
shitting on her.
sucking everybody's toes.
I mean, if you ain't a toe sucker in 2017, something is wrong.
We're in
no,
2018
no, I
though.
know.
2018.
I
He's toe
my,
sucker.
my screen name is Sloppy Toes 82, man. Sloppy Toes 82.
hey, I kiss a foot. I kiss a foot.
If you can't, I'm gonna tell you, you can't suck the toes, you know, that your woman
What?
walks on, man, then shoot, man. I mean, to me, that's just basic. You know,
It ain't neat if you can't lick her feet. You
Toe
ain't hear that.
sucking is just basic. And see, I'm a
You's
country
a
boy.
nasty
I like pretty
motherfucker.
legs and like my woman right now got beautiful feet. You know what I mean? I love that.
That's why he got with her. He looked at everything else.
I
He
will
looked at her
judge-
feet first.
Hold on, let's ask the lady in the room.
Do you like men with good feet? Do you look at men's feet?
I got a pedicure and manicure the other day.
Give her the mic. What'd you say? You don't want the mic.
Go ahead. Take
Nah,
You don't
you
need
got to
your
take the
face.
mic. Come on now.
Rock the mic. Rock
So-
the mic for us.
So you like a man with good feet?
Absolutely.
What
I
do you-
mean, whatever he expects from me, I have the same expectation.
Thank you.
So he suck your toes. He expect you to do it. You all right with that? You'll
I
suck
need
his
to
toes,
enjoy it.
There you go.
but you'll suck his toes.
There you go.
Oh,
there
my.
you go.
There's no need for me to even share that time.
Hold on. That's that right there, ladies and gentlemen, open bar people. That is a woman.
You said that's how you raise your deserving factor right there. Huh?
That's
Go.
how that make you fall in love, make you start crying,
Yeah,
be
Well,
sucking your thumb.
it's an
in a
equal
fetal
thing.
position.
Now, if your woman, hey,
Our salute moment goes to our toe sucker in the building. We love it.
Toe sucker.
Salute. Yo, we're going to a quick song. We come right back with you got anything
With some more
politics?
soul tucking
Oh,
news.
yeah.
yeah.
A little bit of
Politics.
Give us a call at 202-656-1 bar.
bar.
Salute. Yo, welcome back to WLVS
One
Radio.
bar.
You're tuned into the open bar.
One.
Salute. Yo, we have a caller online. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, Thomas Crown. I'm calling from New York, from Harlem.
What up, the big NYCs? That's how you say it on the Big
Yes.
Apple.
The Big Apple.
Big Apple.
Yo, so I know you had a statement like
Nah, hell no. I'm representing Harlem.
okay, one of them. Anyway, so you got
He
a
saw
statement.
Luke Cage. He saw Luke Cage.
You
and
got a
moved to
statement though. We were talking about sucking toes. You got a story to tell, or you in love with you suck toes?
Do you
eat-
suck toes, sir?
You sound like
Are
a
you
booty eater.
are you a toe sucker?
I want to know: do you curate the toes that you suck, or is it
Oh,
just all?
Thomas Crown. Calling from
free for all?
Harlem.
You got to turn your
Yeah.
radio down because you Can you hear us? Oh, you got.
Thomas Crown, you got to turn your radio down.
Okay.
No, we got to tell. My man said he was talking about, yeah, definitely suck toes.
All right. Can you turn your radio down?
Turn your radio down, sir.
Hello. Can you hear us? It's delayed.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
You guys seem like you got that slow internet.
no.
We got slow internet, or you got slow internet?
Oh, turn your radio.
Hell
your ears.
nah, man.
So go ahead and tell your testimony. What do you want to say
What's
about
your
sucking
testimony,
toes?
man? What's your testimony?
Nah, I didn't have a testimony. I'm just saying, some of y'all brothers, I got to support my man Chitty on the stuff. If y'all ain't sucking toes, y'all ain't doing it right.
There you go. It's 2018.
Hey.
Every man should be sucking toes.
But don't y'all at least curate the toes that you suck?
Oh yeah, you do.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you
All
right
right.
now. I can manicure a pair of toes.
But the way you was like,
It's called a pedicure.
you said that was
Pedicure.
basic. That was basic sex routine.
Hey.
So it's like,
Yo, this for Dave. Dave's gonna back me up on this one.
I need to.
Yo,
I may be able to back you up, but hold up. Let's see who's
okay.
listening.
So how about tossing salads, man? So y'all
Y'all tossing salad?
That's normal.
yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so, hey, Dave, back me up on this one, man. Remember this. This is back like 2015, right? There was a party.
In
and there was
Baltimore.
one particular brother.
In Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore. Hey, remember one brother missed the whole Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather fight because my man was massaging feet in the sunroom.
That's right. That's
remember
right.
Yo,
We had just
So,
walked in the party. He
anybody
started sucking toes.
hey, my man disappeared sucking toes.
Wow.
I don't even think y'all made it home that night.
No. hey, that man passed out in the sunroom, Indian style, with his arms folded.
And you
Yeah, and it was cold out.
and you
It
had-
was cold out.
So he passed out. You had to massage his feet. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, he
No.
had a bad 40-something-year-old woman. He was getting it in.
Yeah, hey, so, hey. Yeah, hey, so we gotta support my man Chitty on that. Hey,
All right.
the way he's preaching it, he mean it.
That's
and,
it.
and
That's
to
it.
answer and to answer Pastor's question, yes, I lick ass, but only the right type of booty hole,
The right one.
the right one.
What makes it the right one?
I mean, a lot of guys is doing that. Or standard
Here's the
operation.
thing, you know, shout out to my man Trick Daddy. Go get your old boy from Florida. Look, man, you know this is the Edie Booty Game 2018. If you ain't at least lick one asshole in your life, you ain't doing much
Well,
with your
I'm trying
life.
to say if you doing the vagina, why not dash? I don't see.
It's
that.
only an inch apart.
It's two different.
No,
Well,
I
you
get-
have the taint.
Huh?
You have the taint.
Thanks for calling.
They have a little one.
Hey,
Yeah.
appreciate it. All right, man, fan y'all. Toe sucking clan. Peace.
That's right.
Hey, no, I get it, but a lot of I guess it is a lot. I
Hey,
guess
man, my lips
regular,
ain't pink, but
regular
so-
for everybody.
So you're here to say when you in a Christian like relationship, because I know you're a pastor, so you can't.
Do you lick some
you
booty?
Well, the Bible
that
says
you are, Pastor.
Hold on,
Pastor, do you lick booty?
Jeremiah, book 3, chapter 14,
Wow,
verse 7
I
says,
gotta take you somewhere you don't know. Lamentations, chapter 6. There is no chapter 6, but you know. Yeah.
Wow.
Look,
Well, you
man.
got out of that question.
Thou
I
shalt
got you.
eat their food on the
Hey,
plate, right?
listen.
I learned.
The scriptures say that the marriage bed is undefiled. It's like you know, it's all
You
fair
do what
game.
you want.
We have
All
guests.
fair.
But are you married?
Well, you know how I believe about that.
That short contract.
well-
You like an NBA player.
Well, absolutely. You trying to get a.
You got a 4-year contract, but an option after 3, right?
Absolutely. I think that's how marriage is supposed to go.
Wow.
Actually, I think a 1-year contract is
A 1 year and an option.
1 year with an option.
But other than
Well,
that,
my brother been married for what, 17, 18 years?
Yeah, that's
18 years. 18 years come
18
September.
years.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
what
proud
do they
of
call
him.
that? They call that a. What did LeBron get with Nike?
A lifetime.
He took a lifetime deal.
Yeah. He married a good one though. She's a good people.
She's
No,
good.
she is
She's
good.
actually became teacher of the
a teacher
year.
of the year.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, for her
Yo,
school.
congrats to her, man.
She's junior high?
Congrats to her.
She teaches
Elementary school.
Elementary. Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to.
Shout out
Tamika.
to brother Arnold, man.
Yeah, he's
he
supposed
needs to
to
come
came
back
tonight.
and stop bullshit.
He was supposed to come, but
Hey,
he ain't get that permission
Man.
slip.
I
ain't
You know,
gonna-
I'm gonna
hey,
have to
listen.
cuss his ass out.
Hey, Arnold,
Hey,
you
Ron,
need to
let
come
me tell you
back,
something.
man. Little brother Chitty is here.
I saw nephew online, man, going to the prom, Joe.
Oh yeah, my
Oh
brother.
yeah.
It made me jealous, man. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yo, why I
I'm
ain't look
like-
like this, man?
Hold on.
Why I ain't look
shocked.
like this when I was
Hold on.
going to
The
prom,
oldest,
Joe?
the oldest one, right?
Yeah,
The
he went to the
oldest-
prom. He went to
Man.
the-
I know,
grade prom.
I know the youngest one is he
a
talks.
baller.
He's a baller, right?
Both of them ballers, though.
Well, who's better though?
Well, the
I
oldest
mean,
one.
one day 10
The
years
oldest
apart.
Arnold. I remember Arnold saying back in the day he was the athlete. Is that true?
Who Arnold?
Yeah.
He played football.
Who Arnold? He was in the choir.
So y'all both was just choir boys.
I was in the band. That's a sport. Y'all ain't
At
never
band
played the march on the
camp.
Y'all ain't never had
One
to
time at band camp.
Y'all ain't never had to march a field or parade. That's a sport. I'm telling y'all. Y'all understand. Anyway,
In 100-degree heat.
we're gonna go back.
I'll pass.
We're gonna go into a quick song. We're gonna come back with some politics like we were supposed to at
Yes,
first.
sir.
But we got stuck on sucking toes and
And
eating
in their ass.
So give us a call at 202-656-1
One bar.
Salute. Welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute. We're sipping on the Jack
Honey.
Jack
Jack.
Daniel Honey. We drank it like real men. Pass is not drinking.
It's
You
called
got
Jack
water.
Daniel Honey.
Jack
Yeah.
Daniel Honey.
Okay.
Jack
Tennessee honey.
Why does Jack Honey sound so nasty? Anyway,
It doesn't sound very
Dave,
pornish.
check our shirt out, Dave. Show the shirt.
First of all, the name Jack is just a porn
Yeah,
name.
just jacking.
Just period.
These shirts you can order online at openbartuesdays@gmail.com. Part of the proceeds to benefit the people of
Puerto Rico.
Are they still in print? They still
Yes, they still.
Puerto Rico, like, man, we didn't revamp
We
and
ain't
everything.
sending no
We
money.
good.
See, we need to revamp too, because we owe them people $5,000. People, we got every bit of $10.95 now. Actually, $7 we owe to taxes. So we got $3, and we had a $5,000 going. You know, we're gonna get it though. I know the good Lord done told me. He done told me. He did.
Yes,
We're gonna
Lord.
get our $5,000.
Yeah.
Yo, what's happening in the world of politics?
Well, if you haven't been paying attention to the news, Justice Anthony Kennedy, he just announced his retirement.
Man, shame on him.
Yeah. Now, just to give you an idea,
He
who
was a
Kennedy
conservative.
Kennedy was conservative. However, he was one of those, what you could say, those what George Bush would say as a compassionate conservative.
Yes.
Well, oh yeah, he was a moderate, right? Exactly.
Yeah. Well, he made
He kind
a
of
lot,
felt like a Democrat on sometimes.
exactly.
Some issues, right?
Exactly. I'm glad you brought that up. He made a lot of balance. He made a lot of decisions. A lot of times, because the courts have been conservatively leaning for quite some time, and he was that catalyst judge.
Well, go ahead. Let me finish.
Well, I mean,
I was just going to ask why. I wonder why he didn't wait till after Trump was out. You know what I'm saying? Before he retired.
I mean, the thing is,
I think
it's-
another one's about to retire too.
yeah. I mean,
our girl, man, she hanging in there though. I'm saying.
I think she's about to retire.
Just
Yeah.
What's
I mean,
up with Clarence Thomas? When
she's
he
trying
gonna
to hang
go?
there. She wants to retire.
Clarence
she feels like
Thomas
she needs to hang in there.
Clarence Thomas is young, so I mean he's
young?
one. I mean when you Justice Roberts and Justice the Italian cat not
Scalia.
not
He
no,
passed
not Scalia, the
Oh,
guy
Alito.
Alito, yeah, exactly.
Alito, yeah.
They're young, and Justice Thomas is older than them. So the other justices, Roosberry, a couple of others, they're
Ginsburg,
up
yeah.
there.
So
You
if
know.
we had our choice,
Sotomayor's young.
if you had your choice, who would you want to be there? I would love Judge Maybelline to get on the Supreme Court.
Hell no. Yeah, honestly, the thing is, the Supreme Court
Judge Maybelline would be
recommendation
awesome.
procedure, you can recommend anyone, and they don't have to have a law degree.
What about
so
Judge
honestly, I
Mathis?
could recommend Dave, and Dave doesn't have to have a law degree. All he would have to be is confirmed by
I
the
think
Senate.
the Supreme Court should be made up of not just lawyers and actual judges. It should be made up of
Citizens.
people of different backgrounds, right? You know what I'm saying? Like a farmer. You know what I'm saying?
Huh? Oh yeah.
Well, the thing is, here's the thing. The reason why for lifelong appointments and term limits is back then, it really wasn't until, I want to say, the 40s or the 50s where, hold on, let me finish. Politicians didn't become a full-time job. Before World War II, I would say before World War I, they came in casually 2 to 3 months at a time, and they worked other jobs, and they weren't really paid like that. It wasn't really until World War I, World War II, where
it became
president.
a
No.
the
Okay,
government
so I
became
think
a
his
full-time
question
job.
though is wouldn't it be better if they weren't lifetime appointments and they were basically termed?
Termed.
I don't know if it would be better though.
I think it would be better.
I agree
Really?
with that.
Changing the Supreme Court. I think
I'm gonna tell you why I agree with that.
I just think the way they go about letting the president choose them. Maybe if he chose, I just feel like the voting process should be different because.
But the thing is, it's balanced though.
It's
Wait,
balanced
hold on,
now?
it's balanced. It's
No,
balanced
no, it's-
because
it's-
the president
it's still
choose.
it's partisan, follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're absolutely
so
right.
to escape that,
It's balanced, but
you
it's
can't say
balanced
it's
in a
balanced,
sense.
though.
why can't they run
You
with
can't
like
say
their
it's
president?
balanced,
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
here's the
No,
thing: when
well, let
when
me
the
say that,
rules,
'cause I understand
hold
what
on,
you're
let me
saying.
finish. When the rules were originally written, the idea of parties weren't necessarily that in place.
Pardons. No.
Party. What I'm saying is, you had a lot of people who were part of one party. Yeah, parties always
It was,
existed,
but majority
it wasn't
of
what it is
people
now.
were Republicans though.
Right.
And that's another thing. And then there's a different in time. Like every
Exactly.
president that came in, there's a whole different people. Like these people that's in there now they've been in there for over 20 years.
I guess
they were
I'm
some
trying
of them
to
there
say,
back when Ronald Reagan
where's
was
the
there.
president-
Clarence Thomas is not that young. He's 70 though.
I kind of feel
That's
like this.
young.
Listen, I think like
Hey, young.
the president should be able to nominate the judge, right? Supreme Court judge. I think
We
it should be a
should vote.
lifetime appointment. But I feel like voting is eventually going to go to the cell phone, right? Eventually, you're going to be registering through your cell phone number.
That's
you know,
true.
they're going to verify you in a couple ways, and then you're going to vote right from your phone.
Actually, I worked on a side project a couple of years back. I haven't seen it going anywhere, but they were trying to process a biometric approach to voting. Essentially, you would do some type of eye scan or thumb scan, like with it would be encrypted.
Right.
In addition to your password, and
Right.
then you would vote. And the encryption, of course, the password would be unique to you. You know, so
Sure.
let's
No,
say,
exactly.
for instance, I have a work token that requires my
Thumbprint.
my thumbprint exactly
Right.
to vote. And if my thumbprint doesn't match that, not vote, but if my thumbprint doesn't match that, I can't log into any systems.
Right. Exactly.
I just think that
No.
I agree with you. I think that the judge should be
nominated.
should be nominated. I
He
just
should be
think that
nominated by
people
the
should
president, but
run
then we should be able to
for
run,
like
yeah.
every 4 years. Every time a president come in,
No,
I think
I'm saying I think the president should nominate him. and it should be a lifetime appointment, right? But it should be voted on by people.
My thing.
And once they voted in, then you're in for.
I would like a judge's record. What I would like done is a judge's record thoroughly examined before they come into power. I know that's an impossible
They try to do
request.
that though, don't they?
No, they don't. They don't, because the thing is they just, I mean, they say they do, but really, like a conservative judge is going to vote conservative thinking, leaning ways. A liberal judge or open judge, people view. Let me say this: people view the Constitution in two formats. They view the Constitution as a document that's as written, meaning basically everything that's there is there for a reason. And there's people, you can call them progressive thinkers or liberal thinkers, view the Constitution as a living document, something that evolves with time. You know, so it boils down to, how do you view the Constitution? If the majority of the people who are confirming your appointment to any federal judgeship, whether it be Supreme Court or lower level courts, they're looking at, okay, is he this type of does he tend to vote this way or this way? And on a lot of cases where a lot of the and that's where too much partisan shit in our politics is affecting how we think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It boils down to the people who are voting the judge in. Hey, does he think this way or that way?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Anything else in politics?
The thing about it is,
I'm pretty much it boiled down to that. Donald Trump right now has identified 5 candidates, and he said, of course, he's going to put a conservative judge in place. My personal belief, that's bullshit. Donald Trump, despite what he has said for years, like, he's not a conservative. Let's just keep it real. He's not.
Right.
But you got to call it what it is. Now, I mean, personally, I don't think he's going to put. I think he's going to put somebody like Anthony Kennedy somebody similar in place. Right. And I'm just going to be honest with that.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess we'll see.
Wow.
At least it won't be. I actually thought Kennedy was more of a liberal judge, because he voted a lot of ways. He fell.
You are absolutely
the liberal
right.
way, but at least it's not going to really change the math. I guess the math is still going to be pretty much the same. It's like 4 to 5, right?
Not necessarily. Not
5 conservatives technically and 4.
On paper,
I just think he
on the surface, you're going to have 5 Republicans.
Right.
No, Republicans. Anthony willfully took that balancing vote. And you need that in place. You need that judge who's able to recognize, even though he think his feelings are telling him to vote this way, you know what? I need to maintain some balance.
How old is he?
He's 81.
Yeah, he's 81, and you need that. He's a Reagan.
He's a Reagan. But the youngest is Neil Gorsuch,
and
he's 50.
And the thing is, it's important to understand.
And the oldest is
that whole chamber.
Ginsburg is 85.
That chamber just.
And it's important to understand that conservatives have always had a problem with Kennedy because, like you just said, his voting record.
He would vote forward, right?
The thing is, he has more conservative votes than anything, but in key stuff like abortion rights, affirmative action, he's always leaned towards that side.
And the LGBT.
Exactly.
Right. Well, I mean, I get it. I mean, I just would love to sit in one of their chairs to see what it feel like.
Man. Hey, so Lou.
That's fun.
I hope let's God pray that Donald Trump put somebody in place who is going to represent the American people.
Right.
And I say that because, we may not like Donald Trump, call it what it is, but he's still our president. He still has that power. I don't want an asshole like him to fail. So no, you don't want to.
You don't want him to fail. I've been telling people that all.
You don't
all
want an asshole like him to fail, because the thing is, when he fails and gets stupid, you do the math.
Well, he's already kind of failing because, listen,
I'm about to say,
they are saying that literally he wasted his time with that whole treaty piece with North Korea.
You know what? I agree.
They're still doing their nuclear thing.
I agree, but at the end of the day,
they kind of used him. You know what I'm saying?
In hindsight, I might not agree with the politics of the man. I mean, how he got about to where he is right now. I hate the fact that in my lifetime, I got to explain to Chitty Jr. in years to come, we elected Donald motherfucking Trump.
Oh yeah.
Similar to how my parents explained to me why why Reagan was the man. But the thing is, we got to keep it real. We don't want that man to fail. For the U.S.,
I mean, we don't want to fail. I mean,
he
as,
won't
as
know
the
if he
country.
fail. He think everything he do is right.
Yo, it don't matter, right?
Yo, Chitty will be found here every Tuesday night.
But we're gonna
talking
go to
about
break
politics.
real quick. We're gonna go to break and we're gonna come right back.
With Pastor.
With Pastor, what we gonna talk about when we come back?
Acrimony.
Oh, you like that movie too?
It was all right.
Yo, give us a call at
Didn't see the movie.
202-656.
We're not talking about the
one
movie
bar. Salute. Welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuning into the open bar. Salute. Pastor, what's good?
So I thought we would talk about Acrimony tonight, like
Not the movie, but just Acrimony.
not the actual movie, but I mean the movie is a good place
to start.
to get a base from, because if you saw the movie, you know it speaks of the ill will, the extreme anger that comes on a person.
So what exactly does acrimony mean?
Detest ill will, like extreme anger, bitterness. Yeah, acrimony. You know,
So acrimony is always negative.
well, yeah.
Oh wow.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's ill will. It's extreme anger and bitterness, you know, towards a person, you know. And so that movie framed it from a woman to a man, but it could be either way.
To me, acrimony seems like stuff that you bring on yourself. If that make any sense.
Karma.
But no, when I say I'm talking about on you the one accepted these bad terms or let these people walk all over you.
Right.
And then all of a sudden now you get mad after you couldn't take enough when you should have stopped it in the beginning.
Well, that's kind of what I want to talk about, is that sometimes I wanted to ask the question, do you think
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
y'all can't
This nigga
drink?
about to
Y'all
faint
can't
over a
drink.
bug.
I didn't know what that was.
He about to
crawling
smack
over
the
me.
whole desk off.
I thought I was crawling on. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You get something on my Mac, you gonna be scrapping, all right?
I didn't know you was into makeup. But go ahead. You said we were.
He's so quick with it. No, I guess the question I would ask everybody is, you kind of stole some of my thunder,
I'm
but
sorry.
no, is acrimony legitimately founded, or is it more so a person that's just upset at the choices that they made?
I agree with that. I think acrimony to me is somebody that held it in for so long and put up with a whole bunch of bullshit. Then finally you got enough, and you.
That's
you
not.
couldn't
But the
handle
thing is, the definition is bitterness, ill feeling. You know
Right,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
But I'm saying-
how does it go from being? How does?
But the
how
question
does
is
correlate
is
to-
the question is it legitimate? Or see, I guess what I'm getting at is, in relationships, it's two people, right? So it's not one person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, the person who has acrimony or who is bitter or very angry, they're kind of framing the relationship as if this person
Did them wrong.
has done this just to me, right?
Wrong.
So
they haven't
have the
participated.
expectations.
Well, they haven't as if they haven't participated in it
Yes,
at all.
The definition: bitterness or ill feeling, like you were saying. Anger.
Bad blood.
Basically, it's
Hostility.
yeah.
So the idea is, what I'm saying is that in relationship, people who feel that way, is it legitimate to feel that way? How do you get to that level when you are actually
Because
participating
you
in
didn't
it
speak up.
also?
You didn't speak up. My thing is you train people to treat you the way you want to be. So from the beginning, if you allow some bull crap, you're gonna have acrimony. And if you keep your mouth shut,
Not
I
necessarily.
disagree with that. I disagree with that because I'm gonna
Sometimes
tell you right
people
now,
know how to walk away gracefully.
if some that
people
too.
don't know how to walk
Some
away
people
gracefully.
I said
also
some people know how to walk away.
some
no,
people
but,
like
but when
I
you get to the point where you have acrimony, that means that you didn't put up with so
No,
much.
I don't
bull.
agree
And
with
then you
that
become
because
bitter.
there's no reason. Here's the thing: there's no, I guess you could say, origin for acrimony. If a person grows up, I find that you got some people in life. They grow up, they holding grudges, they mad, they pissed off by the world. They are the type of people who develop some form of acrimony where they just, even after a breakup, it's bitter. Like I have a friend back home in Carolina, and I had to explain to him, and I say him. Like you need to start feeling sorry for yourself and blaming. And like when you go through a breakup, stop looking at it as, this person did this to me, this person did that. Now you're playing a victim card and you're not taking the turn to grow and learn from that. And I feel a lot of people who, and I'm sorry to interrupt, a lot of people who are acrimonious, and I know I just made up that word, but you get where I'm going.
Right.
They tend to be a lot of people who naturally are bitter and angry and never want to take responsibility
No, I don't
for their
agree with that.
issues.
I don't agree with that.
Well,
don't agree with
again,
that.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
No, go ahead.
I wanted to get at the idea
They
of
hit Kanye and you.
no. The theoretic, the conversation I'm really trying to have is it legitimately founded? Like, can you legitimately get to a place of acrimony when you're participating in a relationship with someone? You know what I'm saying?
That's
in other
my
words,
whole
because
point, yeah.
if I'm with a girl, I'm not her father, right?
Right.
Like, I'm not supposed to take care of her like she's my daughter, and she's not supposed to take care of me like I'm her son. So we're in a relationship, and so I feel like people try to get to this level and they use acrimony, or at least the outskirts of it. They use that as their basis to feel better about where they are, or why they didn't get what they wanted,
Right.
or they couldn't make something be what they wanted it to be.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you really can't get to this level because you're participating in
Right.
it.
Well, I think a lot of times it hits you after the fact. Let's say you dating somebody, and when you were with this person, she didn't cook or clean, but she with this other person, she's cooking, she's clean. You're like, man, she didn't do that for me. And, so that can be a point of acrimony. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
Not
I don't
really.
know
That's
that
just you
that by
being
itself.
petty.
See, acrimony, I feel like,
That's
first
you
of all,
being petty,
to
bro.
get to acrimony, it has to be some stages to get there, right? I don't think you can just get there because of one particular incident. But let me just throw this out on the table. So what if you do start dating a girl, right? And you're dating her, and y'all hook up, y'all have sex a couple of times. 3 months into the relationship, you find out that you're HIV positive.
Ooh, Jesus.
I'm just saying,
You
at
say
that
you
point,
got it from her?
yeah.
What if you did? You had it before you got with her.
3 months later, and you both didn't get checked out beforehand.
Yeah, that's not.
And you probably got it from somewhere else.
I don't think you got it from her.
I had a
Well, listen, I'm not gonna. We can't.
Well,
it's a
okay,
hypothetical,
this
so
is-
we can't
yeah,
say
yeah, okay.
what the actual.
So you
circumstance.
saying the acrimony and that can be?
I'm wondering, is that an opportunity? I mean, is that a point where you could actually be really bitter? Like if a person doesn't know that they have it, or say they do know.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Right.
If they do know,
That's a big difference.
that's a big difference.
Pastor, can I ask
Right.
a question? I have an old friend, old army buddy. He actually got a divorce. He was with his he was married for 10 years.
Right.
And he,
I ain't saying anything. Did I say anything?
He said nothing good.
it didn't work out, and it didn't work out.
Right.
And basically, him and his wife.
He was more hurt.
Yeah, him and his wife mutually ended things.
Right.
And now he's so bitter about.
So
and it's been 4.
That's a good case, because that's what I'm asking is that legitimate for him to be at the stage of acrimony because they both chose to?
I personally have told him that both of y'all willingly walked away from one another. But the difference is she has moved on with her life. So he has become extremely bitter because despite the kid, they have 2 kids together.
Right.
I guess you could say, despite the time they spent together, despite the fact that they mutually ended both, everything together, he feels that she shouldn't have moved on as fast as she should have, even though it was a normal time.
No, absolutely.
3 years.
No.
But he's
Let me just ask around the room though.
Yeah,
Have any of you all been bitter behind a relationship?
He is.
Me, no.
I wouldn't say bitter.
Yes, you have.
Behind a relationship? Where you were? You felt a little bitter?
Acrimonious.
I wouldn't say with being hurt. Would it be considered bitter?
I know. I don't think hurt is bitter. I think it's bitter. Acrimony is a serious stage. Like bitter and acrimony is different from being hurt.
Because
hurt.
acrimony is more you want revenge on that person, right?
Yeah, it's an extreme
Okay,
ill will,
I've never been in that
hostility.
situation.
Yeah, you like feeling like kind of like I want to do something to you.
Malicious to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to make them feel
But-
what you
but
feel
the-
like.
But didn't you allow that? That's what I'm saying.
You did allow it.
Well, I mean, of course. Well, I guess we're asking, have y'all felt it though? Ever been close to that?
No.
Like really bitter, where somebody hurt you in a way that you wanted to hurt them.
But you
No.
know what?
Never?
You know what? I think let's say I see what you're saying. Like,
No, it basically means bitterness. It basically means
That's the stuff that fuels acrimony.
it basically
That
yeah. It basically
no. When you start thinking that pathology, when you start thinking like that, like I let them do this. How could I be so weak? How could I be so stupid? And I let them do it. It starts them. That starts fueling acrimony. But acrimony creates bitterness. Once that bitterness sits in your heart, then you become hostile. Your thoughts become hostile towards them. Ill will. I want you to hurt. I want you to fall.
Like
want you
I
to
fell.
fail.
Like I fell.
I want you to get hit. I want you to feel it. I'm ill will. I want you to be hurt.
Is that like drinking poison but expecting someone else to die kind of deal?
What? Over. You looking at a bigger
Spite.
picture. You're saying that
the
listen,
mindset behind being spiteful.
you
basically,
giving and playing to bitterness does in a sense begin to affect you. Yeah, of course.
vindictive. I hurt myself. I'll be do something ugly to myself because I think
Not
that it's gonna
vindictive.
no spiteful, right?
No,
What's the word for I'm looking for?
when you
Revenge.
Revenge.
One.
No. I mean, it's another word for that where basically
Revenge is
I'm
more-
a cut myself, even though I know it hurts me, but I know it's gonna hurt you more. I'm doing it just to mess with you.
yo, shout out to Alicia Smith. She said, "I agree with Ron. You teach people how to teach you, how to treat you." She said,
That's
teach those.
I don't agree. I mean, I agree with that, but that has nothing to do with the point. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no. What he was saying when he says you teach people how to treat you, he's saying
From
that
the beginning.
what you allow is what you kind of encourage, and when you go along with certain behaviors, you kind of encourage a person to continue to act that way. And he's saying
I
that
mean,
it's hard for you to
but-
be bitter about that
That's
when
it.
you
Yeah,
have.
You
That's
should.
an
You,
Indian-
I don't think you should be bitter about it. I feel like you should when you've reached your end of your rope. You should just cut ties and let it go
And learn from-
learn from your mistakes. And because you bitter holding on is not forgiving yourself for even putting yourself in that situation.
I'll say this. You're right overall, but this is the interesting thing about that whole thought of, because a lot of people try to help their friends through bitter, hard, hurtful places, right? And they tell them, listen, you good, you strong, you cute, move on, just cut your ties, move on. You have to have a certain temperament, first of all, to do that. To just say, you know what, it's over, it's a mess, I'm going to cut my ties and move on. You have to have a certain temperament to do that. The people who have the temperament to do that, they do well moving on out of bad situations. But they still carry that stuff in a different kind of a way that it still hurts you a different kind of way. Different than the person who drags it out and is like, maybe it'll get better, or let me fight for it, or let me do this, or let me sit here and argue about it, where another temperament is like, I'm moving on. They seem like the more stronger person, but at the same time, they kind of carry that, and it affects their other behavior. So it's 6 and half a dozen, because hurt is hurt, and when some bitterness or some acrimony begins to seep in, you just there, but temperaments will manifest it differently.
What I'm saying is this: you still have the bitterness, but you don't come to the point of acrimony in the situation.
Bitterness is a synonym of acrimony.
Bitterness, yeah, they probably just close to the same thing. But you're saying acting on it.
Yes, acting upon it.
Oh,
so
okay.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
because see, some people they're gonna be hurt. They're gonna know it's not for them no more, and just it's better just to walk away.
see, but people who walk away, like me and Dave, have a lot. We share some similar temperaments. You know, like kind of how we deal with things. But I think we're the type of guys who would walk away when we at our. We've been fed up. Once we get to that point, we know it's like it's a wrap. We'll walk away from it. But we also become extremely guarded. So we struggle where somebody else, they'll get out of that. Once they're out of it, they'll be open and ready to be vulnerable in another relationship, right? We'll be like 10 years later, like exactly. So
50 years later,
I don't know if I trust it, but some other people can be vulnerable all over very quickly after they've detached from something. Others are very guarded. That's just something about your temperament and how you process hurt.
Right.
yeah, that's true.
So you did see the movie Acrimony.
I did see the movie, and I
So-
thought it was better. It was much better than I thought it was going to be.
It was awesome, but to me,
I don't know. Awesome,
I
but-
thought it was awesome. But anyway, I say that to say that
Still trying to make her an A-list actress.
she's an A-list actress.
Poor acting.
You're
on
not
her.
gonna do that. Well, I'm gonna say this. I say that to say that
Proud
a lot
Mary,
of the
huh?
stuff that she brought on herself that caused her, pretty much, she didn't believe in that man.
She did.
She tried. She
No,
thought
she
she did,
believed
but
in
she
him.
got tired.
No,
Well,
but when
she
you
says it though. Her sisters
when you look.
contaminated her thoughts towards her husband. She was investing in him. She knew it was long term. She knew she was trying to be a good soldier woman, for her man. She was doing all that stuff, and she didn't see it to the end because before she gave in to her sisters and the feelings of society, who would say, "Why would you let this man keep using you, wasting your time? Kick him to the curb." And she did it.
Yeah.
She divorced
listened to
him,
them.
and his little computer.
She got mad when he got offered the $175,000. He was like, "Oh no, it's worth way more." He knew what the product was,
Yeah.
but she was like, "Hold on, I'm broke, and you got a chance to have a
True.
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch on Pastor's
800,000.
book, Love Rework. He has a chapter in there that focuses specifically on basically, allowing outside elements to affect your relationship and where it could potentially lead to.
Cause acrimony.
Yeah, and that's scattered over a few chapters, but essentially, yes, acrimony, which y'all just touched on.
Right.
Basically,
you allowing your sisters to dictate your thought line in a relationship. Can you elaborate more on it?
Yeah. I mean, I talk about how it's important to your man or your husband doesn't want to date your sister and doesn't want to date your mother. So you letting them feed your mind, what they think and how they feel, because relationships are too custom and too unique to themselves for you to really be trying to live it out based on what somebody else has done, right? So it's like you can't look at your girlfriend's relationship and try to mimic that, because that's not that. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at your mother and father. Been married my parents been together for 30 years. Okay, that's their 30 years. It means nothing to you and your relationship. And people miss this. And I talk about how you could do a survey on like 10,000 men between a certain age, ethnic group, and all that, and you could pull out some similarities, right? It means nothing to your man that's in that same demographic. Doesn't mean he's going to act that way or feel that way. That won't teach you how to deal with this particular man, because the experiences are unique. The temperament is unique. The
Exactly.
mix of parent growing up. All these things are so unique. You can't use recipes and books and surveys to be with a person. You have to be with that person.
But that's the reason why a lot of there's a lot of single women out here, for the simple fact of it, they want somebody, especially if their parents been together in a situation,
Yep.
if they cannot find somebody that they feel like they can be with for 40, 50 years, they won't be with anybody.
Not only that, a lot of women and men, for that matter, but more women, I think, sabotage good relationships because they refuse to do the work of being in a relationship with the person, right? You can't mimic other people. You have to try with the person that you're with.
That's
have to
true.
read what it's giving you. Take what it's giving you. You can't make it be something it's not.
So
and a lot of people feel like that's the way a relationship goes.
Everybody
manipulate it.
They putting square pegs in a round circle.
Yeah, they're gonna make it happen.
Do you have like a breakdown maybe of some couple of points you can give somebody to do the work?
Buy,
You understand
love,
what I'm saying?
rework. Buy, love, rework.
yeah, you gotta get the
Let's go to a break and we come right back and you come right back with that.
Okay,
We're
we'll do that.
speaking acrimony and love. Give us a call at 202-656-1-BAR.
Nice.
WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute. And we're here talking about acrimony. Pastor, you was going to give a few points to help people realize how to get over their acrimony, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you want to get over acrimony or Or we talking about how to just have healthy relationships? Because what I try to do in the book Love Reworked was teach people a kind of thinking when it comes to engaging relationships that will let you be vulnerable enough to succeed in the relationship, but also strong enough that if it doesn't work, it breaks down. You're not devastated when you walk away from it, right? Because that's what people are really looking for is some kind of a switch that will help them. If this doesn't work, if I open myself up to this and it doesn't work, am I going to be just crushed, devastated, down to the ground, or can I really keep going? But it's all mental. It's like how you think. So some of the stuff I talked about in the book was one of them was you have to employ the so far principle. Mm-hmm. I like you so far.
Oh.
I like you so far. See, most people start dating a relationship and you like somebody just because you like them. You got to realize that you like them now and you like what you know.
Right.
You don't know enough. You don't know everything. So you got to say, I like you so far. And that can go on for quite a while, and it should, because it takes time for people to reveal who and what they are about, right? But I told you the truth is always yearning and burning to come out, right? So,
Yes, sir.
So it don't matter how much you can put 5 bags around a dirty diaper, right? But if you leave it in your car long enough, eventually
It's gonna smell.
shit's
gonna stink.
it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to marry him if you just wait. I said time takes time. So the idea is I like you so far. I'm giving you time to show me the truth, and vice versa, because nobody shows up and just whips out the truth.
Some people do. When you go on a date and they taking their kids with and they got doggy bags for their kids.
Well, listen, no, I tell you this, listen. People can reveal dysfunction and still not be their truth. You know what I'm saying? They can reveal to you, their thinking, their current status of, way of thinking, but not reveal their truth. Because, again, I don't think a lot of people know where they're going or what they want to do with themselves. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people are busy. A lot of people are pursuing stuff that their parents told them they should do, or they felt like because my mom did this, I should do this, or because my family's always done this. A lot of people take over their family businesses and stuff, but that's not what it's in their heart to do.
Yeah.
So people are very good at living lies and living other people's truths, not their own. So you got to give people time. Watch this, because if you get somebody into a place where they feel safe enough, and like this is what police officers do to kids. When they get a child, it's been a big thing in the family, right? Something, whether it's molestation or a gunshot or a murder, they'll take a kid in a room, and what the police do is they make the kid is panicking. They with a stranger, they're not saying anything. They can't think of anything. They'll get them some water. They'll get them maybe some candy or something, and they'll calm down. And they'll send somebody in who can comfort them, and they speak to them like, listen, you don't have to worry about anything. I'm going to take care of you. And they begin to trust that person. The minute somebody trusts and they feel safe, they open up and they say what they really think. All their clear thoughts come through. And you know what? They might not like you as much as they said they like you.
That's deep.
They might not want you as much as they said they want you. I said I want you, but I was supposed to say that because the way you said you wanted me. Guys do this all the time, and women too, But again, so but the thing about it is the truth is never hard to detect. It's just people are just good at not sharing it, so you have to wait for it, like that dirty diaper. Just gotta wait it out, So I like you so far is one of those I think a really good principle that
But it's crazy how people change up once you get to so far. Once they realize they got you, then they switch up on you. Y'all don't think that?
Yeah, they do. But you know why that happens?
Why is that?
You allow it.
No, well, not. No, listen.
Acrimony.
Okay, so pay attention, right? So if we meet each other and, he said you dating a representative, I don't feel safe enough to be totally honest about where I am and who I am, what I got going on. You're not feeling totally honest. So we present ourselves to each other. We hang out, and it's the representatives, right? And so one of us really gives in and says, you know what, man, I love this, but you loving the representative, right? Once a person in a relationship feels like they got you like locked in or you comfortable and you sit there and everything is good, they tend to now say, I just want to be myself now.
Yeah.
They don't need to. I was working the representative because I needed to know that I was accepted. See, people be seeking for so much acceptance, right? So I'll keep working under the cover of the representative until you accept me. Once you accept me, then all of a sudden, I don't like that food. I don't like that restaurant. You're like, You love this place. No, I don't. I don't love that place. I don't love this. Even stuff that they said during sex. Oh, yeah, that's so good. You just made me come so good. Like, I never came when you was doing that. You know what I'm saying? But I was willing to make you feel like. I mean, this is this.
And now you all in love.
You be wondering why they're changing up. It's because because all of a sudden the shit in the diaper is seeping out. You feel what I'm saying? I say this so you get the point. You know.
Everything that goes in the wash comes out in the next, is what grandmother would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was really country. That was really country. Oh, the boss is telling us to wrap up.
No.
But who's that? But you can contact Pastor Darrell Owens
every Tuesday night.
Hold on, Pastor Darrell. You can contact Pastor Darrell Owens at
I am Darrell
IamDarrellOwens.com. Look for his book on Amazon.com. Love Rework. It's $9.95 for Kindle. Let's keep it real. A lot of you out there have Kindle. It's $25 for paperback. Please invest in it. It's getting a lot of good reviews. So
far so good.
Dave, what's going on in the world of sports?
It's a lot going on.
Yeah,
it's a whole lot going on. Shout out to LeBron James. He went to
a smart choice.
The LA Lakers. I don't believe it was a smart choice, unlike you guys.
I'm a Lakers fan now.
No, the reason why the only reason why I don't feel like it's a smart choice is this, right? Your biggest opponent, right? Now you have to face them 4 times a year, versus 2, right? And then you may not even make it to the finals to be able to play them.
Well, true.
So
but he's also hoping that they get taken out. Maybe they get taken out before.
Yeah, but then
or may I get them before we get to the finals?
That may be true, but you still have to. The West is so much harder now, and the reason why my biggest problem with it is this, right? It makes the East so weak.
Right. I mean,
the East has no star power right now.
No, yeah,
but he was keeping the star power in the East
to a degree. I mean, theoretically, I'm following you, but at the same time, I'm not going to underestimate the King, man. I think that they're going to do some damage.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
with LeBron.
He makes every team better.
And I don't think there's anybody out there smarter than him. Like he strategically picks teams apart.
Oh yeah.
Methodically. So this is why he was able to take that team to the finals because he was coaching, you know what I'm saying, against the coach on the court. So it's like I think he's gonna do some damage. And I agree with you. The East is weaker, but the East was already weak though. Even when he was over there.
But I'm saying he kept the East to a certain strength.
But no. I mean, he was just him.
So can I
that's what I'm saying.
Because everybody else was out west.
Can I ask you a question, Dave?
Uh-huh.
So let's say LeBron, of course, he's gonna do his thing with the Lakers. So he got a ring with Cleveland. He got a ring with Miami. Mm-hmm. Would he go down in history as somebody who got?
This is why he's gonna be the GOAT for sure. He's already the GOAT to me.
I mean, Robert Ory
did not
Ory do the same thing?
No.
Well, yes, he did.
Not as a lead.
No.
But look,
he got 7 from 3 different teams.
No, it was no.
No, and also LeBron is the lead of all these teams.
Rockets,
Nobody's
Lakers?
done that.
No.
Rockets and Lakers.
San Antonio.
But Robert Ory, he did it, but he was not ever the lead on any team.
He wasn't the lead.
Yeah. First of all, he was on the freaking
so LeBron,
bench.
So
you can say
LeBron
LeBron would go in history because everybody say Michael Jordan
hold on.
did this.
In that case, a lot of teams got people with 3 rings that hopping around from team to team. You know.
Yeah,
No, but
he was actually.
But LeBron's gonna be different. When he do this, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, if he gets a ring, and I expect him to get a ring with the LA, right?
He gonna be the GOAT.
He will. I pretty much consider him the GOAT already.
I do too.
Right, because the way he plays,
he's already the GOAT.
Yeah, and I always ask people because people always say, well, Mike has 6, right? Yeah, he has 6, but how many rings does Scotty have?
Yeah.
He has the same 6.
Right.
He's played with the same team pretty much the whole time.
Right,
LeBron has done it with different people
and that was my
won.
question.
LeBron did it with a high school team, first of all, and then
Lord,
and then this is the other thing too. Michael Jordan, he's dominating kind of like
different ball
small,
game.
unathletic white and black guys. These guys wasn't jumping out the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
now,
they was shooting threes like that.
If they were
ball game.
D'ing Michael Jordan up the way they D'ing LeBron up, with better athletes, there's no way, man.
There's a
You
whole
ain't
different
no 6
ball
rings.
game. So
I always fight with Alex about this, but 97, 98, that Bulls team would have been broken up simply because now in this NBA free agency, guys like they would have broke off.
Yeah.
Then you just had game day checks.
Yeah.
You didn't have all the off the court money. So you got guys.
You ain't had the internet and Instagram.
Hold on.
who win, and then 2 years later be on another team.
Sure.
Hold on, that's the argument I made to you because you are from Michigan, the Midwest, where they believe it's okay to work a job, the same job, for 80-something years.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
UAW4. That's not NBA.
All right, why they
Well,
having a love squirrel?
No, but so let's other big moves. DeMarcus Cousins, he went to Golden State
right.
Warriors.
Yeah. Signed 1 year deal, right?
1 year deal for $5.3 million, which is
Wow.
like he had an Achilles rupture like in right before All-Star
It
break.
ain't 156 million though.
So
So
shout out to the Washington Wizards. They made some good moves this week
What
as
did
well.
they do?
They picked up Jeff Green today as well as Dwight Howard today.
really?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Huh? Dwight Howard.
Wow. We picked Dwight, and we got
Both under 1 year contracts.
Yeah, and we got Doc Rivers' son too.
Yes, Austin Rivers.
Austin Rivers, which I think Austin Rivers is going to bring a little bit of that West Coast. I liked it. I like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, we got to see how he plays
But
underneath
his shot,
his
he can work on his
father.
shot. But he's like another John Wall, right? It's like John Wall can ball, but he don't have a good shot.
But he's a lot better than what's the backup they had? Murray. I can't think of his name is.
Oubre?
No, not Oubre's still going to be there. Hopefully, he still be there.
Yeah.
But Mike Scott left and he went out.
So
to
we
the
picked up
Clippers.
Jeff Green
Yep, Jeff
and
Green.
Dwight Howard.
Yes.
So, Dave, did you hear about the Ice Cube's new league?
Oh yeah, the Big Three. This is in the second
In the
season.
second season now, they just got a big sponsor, a marijuana sponsor. Or something
Yes,
like
they
that,
did.
which will cause them, they can smoke weed.
No, it's not. It's actually a CBD sponsor. It's not actually
explain that?
CBD is actual.
I want to other people to I know what it is, but go ahead.
Okay, so go ahead and explain.
No, I want you to. It's your.
So
segment.
it's the actual component which is in weed, but it doesn't get you to the point where you're high.
Oh.
So,
But it gives you the other medicinal, like
yes, so it serves medicinal purpose instead of
Right.
a purpose of you getting high and being, as some people would say, psychotic, that they think that marijuana makes you do.
Oh. So how big was that for the league?
That's gonna be pretty.
well, that's a
big.
separate league. No, listen.
I mean, because you got to think about it right now. That's legal. I'm pretty sure that's just about legal in every state in the United States.
No.
CBD, not
Oh,
marijuana.
I mean, okay, right.
CBD.
Maybe it is. But my thing is that, but I wouldn't call Ice Cube's thing a league. I mean, I guess it is.
It is a league. It is
It
a
is.
league.
But y'all
it's a
got
summer league.
And okay, and I got LeVar Ball. He's going to start in the league. He started his league this year, so you know what I'm saying.
Speaking of LeVar Ball, we didn't talk about this. His son LeAngelo didn't even make it in the draft.
Oh wow.
D'Angelo. That's the middle son, right?
Yeah, that's the middle son.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, they didn't get drafted at all.
He didn't get drafted.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't even think nobody even picked him up for their summer league team.
Wow, I know. It's sad.
Hold on, what you saying, brother?
I want to know, how does one player who doesn't say much, plays for a top-class organization that's great about players, finds himself looking to leave, and the organization does not keep him? I'm talking about Kawhi.
Oh yeah, no.
What's going on there?
Well, because the thing about it is he may not like the atmosphere that's going around, and it's just but it's a system. Sometimes he already has a ring. So just like Kyrie already has a ring, he wanted to leave a great situation which he was already in. I understand that, but the point is this: sometimes you just don't want to be in certain situations, and I think coming from with the situation of what I'm hearing from it is, I feel it's more of a family thing because his uncle got into place, right? And so he may be feeling homesick being away from home in San Antonio.
But he
because,
also
because he's a
and-
California boy, right?
But he also, I think that really that. Well, the injury was one thing, but I think he did have a little distrust with how they were diagnosing him. That was the beginning. But when they started coming out, making like public statements about him and stuff like that, he felt betrayed. And I think that was like the nail in the coffin.
Well, see, the thing about it is,
Well, I mean, but still, but my thing is like you still don't talk about. Listen, if we don't do something, whatever, you can say it to me, but if you go public and you trying to front on me, or you know what I'm saying, you playing me.
Well, you got to think.
in
You got to
public,
think
like,
about the media, though.
My injury was 100 times worse than yours. How can you say something like that?
Why? Because his people skills of how quiet and
But that's him though. You can't blame him for it, baby. That's how he is.
No, you can be that way, but then when you create a closed door, you can't be mad at people when they go to another door to discuss what they're going to discuss.
But no, but listen, but you can't. If you come out, if we are a team, and you say his injury can't be that bad, mine was 100 times worse than his.
Well, they can say that when he's just sitting over
If you say that though, I'm gonna feel some kind of way about you on my team though.
if you're sitting over
Wow.
you're not engaging anyone, then
You guys, we running out of time.
We're
yo.
out of
It's such
time.
a great show.
We're out of time.
You should watch HBO, yo. Yo, we had a
Fuck Brian
great,
Gumbo.
we had a great show, everybody. Thank you so much. Happy 4th of July. Salute. See you
Salute.
next Tuesday.
Salute.
Got the club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the color she chooses.